Welcome to Chasing Rings Overtime. These fast break episodes are an extension of the main show, delivering quick-hitting takes, bold opinions, and analysis on the biggest stories and topics across sports. While we remain rooted in football year-round, Overtime expands our lens to cover everything happening across the sports world. We will return for a second season of full-length episodes in July as we ramp up for complete NCAA football and NFL coverage in preparation for the 2026 seasons. Until then, let's go. This is Chasing Rings Overtime. Hey, welcome to another episode of Chasing Rings Overtime. G, what's popping tonight, man?
Hey, what's going on, Guru? Not my Lakers, our Lakers.
Our Lakers, yeah, I'm good. Big dude may or may not be joining us tonight. I know he had some other obligations. He was going to try to hop on, but until then, we are going to hop right into it. Really, the hot topic right now, one hot topic is NBA free agency jumped off today at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And, of course, G and I have had some conversations back and forth as Lakers fans, so I guess we'll start there. LeBron, man. I'll let you start first, G. Think we have some common sentiment on Mr. James, but I'll let you start.
Well, I will say, no disrespect to everything that he's done in the game, what he's done in the league. No disrespect to that, but I'm glad he's gone. And I wish he could take Bronny with him. But it's gonna, in a very real sense, it's going to open up some salary cap for us. And now, what leadership decides to do with it, if they try to, they've already put out two huge contracts. You can't do a third one if you're trying to win a championship. They need to use that. I think it's like 50, 60 million to get some high quality role players. And maybe too big. What'd you say?
Yeah, I don't remember what the amount was, but I agree with you 1,000%. Like, you can't pay this dude the max and then hope to do anything.
No. And here's the thing, man. If you think about it nowadays, I don't think you can win a championship if one or two people are taking max. I think about the New York Knicks. Who's on a max?
Yeah, probably nobody at this juncture. I know Brunson got a nice free agent signing, but I don't think anybody's at max on that team.
And if I remember correctly, he chose not to go max.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like with all these sports now. You can't, you look at the NFL and these quarterbacks wanting to max out and then complaining that they don't have any weapons or pieces around them. Well, you can't absorb all of the salary cap. In the NBA, it's probably worse than any sport because obviously you're dealing with fewer players. So, the chances of you having two superstars on your team when you got one person basically absorbing most of your cap is damn near impossible to win.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm glad he's gone. I hate that we gave so much money to Luka and what's the brothers, Austin Reeves. And don't get me wrong, both of them are played very, very well last season. So I can't knock them for it. But I'm like, man, if y'all are trying to win, you can't be throwing contracts to the wall like that. You just can't. Yeah. People deserve to be paid, don't get me wrong. But come on, if you're trying to build a winner, you just can't do it.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't have a problem with those two kind of being our top two, getting some supporting cast around them if either of them play defense. They have to make up. They basically got to give us, I think I heard something today, Luka's got to give us like 30 a night. Austin's got to give us like 22, 24 to kind of nullify their deficiencies on defense. So,
go on out of Kobe days, man, when you had somebody who was, strong on both sides of the ball.
I don't know. I don't know if you saw, we just traded Kennard. I think that's his name, the dude from Duke. We just or didn't trade him. We let him go to Phoenix because he was a free agent. So he was a shooter. Again, another non-defender. And that's kind of been our issue the last few years. We don't play defense worth crap. We've had scores, but we don't play defense. I'm kind of fearful that we're going to be at the bottom for a while, man. I really do. I didn't, and I'm going to give the same disclaimer that you gave. I don't dislike King James. I probably defended him in more rooms than the average Joe. But I was not a fan of the signing because I know we would get to this point ultimately.
Agreed.
You know, he basically took all of our cap money, so we weren't really able to attract anybody. And yeah, you get Luka, but you have to give up stuff, right? You can't, you know, for us right now, we're in a situation where no matter who we get, we got to give up another piece that might be important. So I really don't know where we go from here. You know, I hear mixed things about Pelinka, but he's going to have to show his goods now. Like, what can he do? Because we're in a bad situation, man. And I don't even know if LA's a destination anymore, to be quite honest.
Bruh, the way things are going, I don't know if I would want to be on that team if I was fortunate enough to be able to play that well, and you know, and was a prize. I wouldn't. Now, if I was a role player, I mean, yeah, I'll go. But yeah, no, not if I'm one of the main faces of a franchise. Man, I wouldn't. And here's the other thing too. And this is what we were talking about when we were texting each other. I want to win.
Exactly.
I know we're not winning a championship the way this is going right now with the Lakers. And
Not
you
even
can
close.
make the argument that, you know what, they gonna build towards something, and they may. I don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the timing of LeBron's announcement, I mean, I don't know what our money situation is, but kind of the biggest free agents are gone. We let Giannis is gone. I mean, that's a guy who comes in and changes your franchise. So you wait till he's gone. I mean, I don't even know what we could have done. I mean, with or without LeBron, I don't know what the hell we could have done to become a better team. Even in the next few years, forget about next year. I'm looking at 2-3 years. We almost need to be at the bottom and get lucky with the lottery ball and, you know, end up at the top of the lottery and just try to build through the draft and, you know, try to dump some of this money slowly. We got any veterans left and, you know, maybe sign some free agents who aren't looking for max deals. But I mean, think about it. We're the Lakers and we can't even get a max guy at this point, essentially. I mean, did you think in your lifetime that you would ever? Yeah, he basically stopped us from getting one. But to think about being a Lakers fan, as long as we have been, to think that we would ever say that we can't get a max guy is crazy.
Yeah, here's the thing. Do you want us? What's up, big dude?
Hey.
We talking about the Lakers. My question is, do you want a second full max guy? I keep calling Austin Reeves a half a max guy.
I don't.
But I'm like, no.
I didn't want to pay Reeves that money. And if you look at the face of the NBA today, in what era does Austin Reeves get this type of bank?
But he played well, but when I saw that contract, I was like, I didn't think he played that well.
I didn't either, but that's the position we're in. We had no choice. We could not let him go.
No, because to your point, who's wanting to come? And you know, I'm sure LeBron James had already given them a heads up.
Yeah,
internally. I'm sure he did. And you know, look, I like what Draymond Green did, and I don't think is Curry on a max. I don't think Curry's maxed out either.
I'm not sure what his deal is. I mean, he gets so much endorsement money, he can afford to give the team a discount.
I'm great.
But they're orchestrating it nicely. We're just talking about basically, big dude, where we are with the Lakers kind of being in a really tough position right now. I mean, basically, LeBron was eating up a lot of the cap. He is.
Yeah.
LeBron was eating up a lot of the cap, and we basically stuck in no man's land now. I mean, what can we even do as a franchise? I mean, you got Luka and Austin Reeves being the face of our freaking franchise, the faces of our franchise. I don't even know who else is on the team, to be quite honest, G. At this point, it's embarrassing to say, other than Bronny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, it's hard to figure out what the Lakers' future is, and I know that some of our offline discussions had to do with building a championship team. I'm not sure where the Lakers are at or what their method would be at this point. Not even just with Reeves, with the max. I mean, who is next? Are they going to try to bring Davis back? I thought I might have heard that. I mean, does that help? It seems to put them somewhere in the right direction. But where is Davis? He was just on the Wizards, right? So he's going somewhere, right? Have we heard anything?
They're talking about him going to Golden State. That's probably almost as good as done.
Oh, well, I'm not sure what else they could be looking at that's going to change the franchise. We know, with LeBron, you got all you can out of him, but what's the question I don't understand what the organization is what's next, and what is it going to take, and who are the people that are the max players? It sounds like a lot of the max players that a lot of teams are vexed by this max contract thing. The Sixers did it with Tobias Harris, and Tobias Harris played well. He wasn't going to win any championships. I know Ben Simmons was up for it. I don't know that I can't remember if he got it, but he was about to get some money. That didn't work. He goes to the Nets and then goes out to the Clippers and then is out of the NBA. And, of course, now he says he may go back to the Sixers if they'll take him. There's all kind of stuff when you start talking about those bad contracts that just vex any chance or any strategy of someone coming in. Because you would think somebody that's going to get a max deal, other folks would want to get that team and play with them. But like I try to explain to a lot of the people, that's good, but then the unfortunate part is everybody can't have the money. People aren't just coming there. They want to win a championship, but they want that bag too. And it's not possible.
Yep. And like I was telling G before you hopped on, I mean, shit, who are even the hot names right now? Giannis is gone. I mean, who would be LeBron's probably now the next big free agent this summer. So it's not like you had a deep pool to even pick from.
John Morant is gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted him as much as we could have probably used him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him security-wise. So for me,
Kessler cat from Utah, they're trying to give him $140 million for 5 years. So if he comes to Lakers, he's gonna basically like, can you beat that?
Wow.
So let's say Lakers do $150 million, right? That's $30 million a year.
I don't even know what to say to him.
50 or 60. You have to check that out while I'm talking, Guru. But LeBron cleared up 50 or 60, I think.
I don't even know much about this Kessler kid.
Me either. But if it's true that they're offering him $140 million for 5 years, I mean, he's probably not a slouch.
And again, to me, that tells you how weak this free agent market is, in my opinion. And again, certainly not a basketball junkie, basketball purist, would know much better than me. But this isn't a guy that I'm jonesing to get. I don't know what his game is. I remember him vaguely at North Carolina, but I don't remember him at Auburn at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember him at all.
I mean, I know he's got size. We do need a big man. I mean, he's 7'2", but is he a skilled guy? I mean, think about what you have to deal with out west.
Yeah, can he handle the speed out west?
You got to deal with Joker. You got to deal with Wemby. I mean, his profile is a premier rim protector, shot blocker, high efficiency rebounding. Okay, that's cool.
Well, that would be great for inside defense. 5'6" feet from the rim. So now, who are you going to have out there stuffing guards? and
And
stuffing
you
some
know
of
what?
those wing forwards and whatnot. Who's going to be out there
And you know
on the
what popped in
perimeter?
my head, right? I just saw the Spurs guards.
Mhm.
We don't even need to
Harper
say
is
the names, just the collective Spurs guards or the T-Wolves as far as that goes.
yeah.
Our roster is terrible. Our roster is absolutely terrible, and it wasn't great with LeBron.
No, it wasn't. And the reality is, I mean, I don't. Do you really think they did a good job building around LeBron James? I thought they could have done a
Nope,
better job.
nope. I don't think they could, and I think that you remember when
Well,
Kobe had that period where nobody really wanted to come play
hmm
alongside him, and I think LeBron suffered from that same variable. I don't think a lot of people were chomping at the bit to come team with him.
I
You
can
know,
see that.
I think it's tough. I think a lot of times you have to defer, especially, if you're a 1 through 3, he likes to be ball dominant. And quite honestly,
Mhm.
he's at a stage of his career where that doesn't help a team win because he's going to hold the ball for most of the shot clock.
Ever.
And, then we got to hurry to get a shot. So, I mean, who wants to deal with that? I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't.
What do you think about this Avila cat? They, grabbing him, undrafted. I was looking at some of his video, and now I will say this: he had pretty good footwork, and he seems like technically, like he was really good passes. He seemed to be pretty smart cat. He's just slow. But as you can see in today's NBA league, being slow doesn't necessarily mean you can't be good,
Right.
especially if
Yeah.
your technical parts of your
Yeah.
game are down. So you know what, man? While at first we were joking about it, I'm like, you have to looking at his film. I'm like, I don't know. They may actually be able to build something with this cat if he's willing to learn.
We need some dogs on defense and at least another shooter, but we definitely need some dogs on defense. The big man will definitely help, down in the paint, but we need some guys on the perimeter that are just dogs because you got to deal with a lot of young guns for the next 10 years in the league.
Mhm.
And I just don't know what we're going to do, on the perimeter. Now, my one issue and I kind of walked it back earlier when we were texting, the only thing, and when I say make this right, I don't care about LeBron leaving the Lakers. Now this is a GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
Because I would defend him. I'm not saying I ever deferred that Jordan wasn't the GOAT, but I would try to make a case for LeBron at times. If he goes to Golden State, he had never got to worry about me making a case for him again to be a GOAT. Ever. Because Jordan's just not
And
doing that. And I know you vehemently disagree, G, but
vehemently.
I just don't. That's whack to me, man. If you want to get a little
What's
bit of
this
credit from me,
purist
you want to stay in the conversation, go to Cleveland and try to get them another one.
what's this purist loyalty bullcrap? That's why I sent you that video of Herm Edwards. You play to win the game.
It's not
That's
a
what you
purist
play. And
loyalty
if
to
they
me.
don't, and if they don't put the team around you to help you do that, go somewhere else where they're willing to do it. Now, here's the difference with LeBron James. It's because he maxes out. And so he actually is part of the hindrance.
Yeah.
You know what I
See,
mean?
it's
So
not, I hear you, but it's not a purist loyalty thing to me. It's and I harping back to the playground example that I gave y'all earlier. I wasn't satisfied when we had a stacked team and we're never coming off the court. We're beating every team that gets put together. I felt much more satisfied with a victory when the playing field was more level or even when the odds were stacked against me. Knowing that it's basically like having the best players in the world. And I'm not saying I wouldn't want to win. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to give my ring back if that's the case. However, I just, and maybe I'm just sounding like that. I'm starting to become that old man. That's
yeah,
just
you
like these
are.
guys joining up is BS, man.
You are that old man.
Because what team from our era did they click up like this? Name one.
You mean that the stack team?
Yeah, who colluded to say, yo, man, let's all go to Boston, let's all go to Philly, let's all go to LA. No, they didn't do that. They're like, yo, see you in the fall because I'm going to the gym right now because I'm going to take your head off when the season starts. That was the mentality. These guys, it's their boys. They hanging out in the summer. Let's. Like LeBron, Bosh, and Wade did. Let's do this. So then the Melo got caught out there, unfortunately, and bit too quick, or he would have ended up there. But they were trying to finagle their contracts so that they could all end up on the same team. And I'm like, come on, man. Where's the competitive piece? We don't have competitive.
They still had to compete. It's not like those three it's not like big threes get together and then everything fall into place. That's not how it works.
Who hasn't it fallen into place for? Who hasn't it fallen into place for?
Who hasn't it? So you're going to tell me that every time one of these manufactured big threes, they all went out and won a championship every year they were together?
I'm not saying they won it every year they were together, but they won multiple.
That's my point. They have to still do two things. They still had to get other people around them before they actually won the championship. And two, they still had to play. It's not automatic. No.
Are you referring to the Golden State Warriors with Boogie Cousins and KD and all them? Is that
them and Miami and the Heat?
I mean, Miami, they got theirs together.
They even had Shaq coming off the bench in one year.
Why didn't they win every year, though, G? That's why I hit the buzzer. Why didn't they win every year?
Because they didn't have the rest of the team.
Miami didn't win every year because LeBron decided he was bouncing. Golden State didn't win every year because 1 year Clay got hurt, Draymond gets ejected, and Cleveland pulls off a miracle of something that we've never seen happen before. That's the only reason they didn't win.
The point is they didn't win.
Yeah.
They still have to play.
Okay, but let's look at it this way then. Those same teams were always right there automatically with those stacked teams. Automatically.
Every team gets built. That's the reality.
No. That's where you just messed yourself up.
Whether or not the main players stay and it gets built around them, or main players are like, you know what, we're going to go here, and then it gets built around them. Either way, it gets built.
No, it doesn't. These guys are creating teams.
They're not building
teams. They're creating teams.
Yes, when you build something,
they're colluding to create teams. The front office isn't building the team. These guys are like, go to Washington. All right, bet I'll go to Washington. GM's got nothing to do. You think Pat Riley had anything to do with the Heat getting together? Did Pat Riley build the team?
Yes.
Those guys made a backdoor deal on the damn banana boat.
They still had
somehow Melo missed the memo.
They still had to make sure they had the other players who were supporting to actually make it happen. They still had to work out the contracts to make it happen.
Who did the Heat have? Who was the supporting player?
I don't know.
Ray Allen, who I believe maxed out and had his own squad at one time. He just was on the older end. You're talking about another superstar.
I don't know. The fact of the matter is you can have a big three all you want, and they can move here and everywhere. But if they don't have the supporting players around them, they're just a big three.
And it's not just the big three. Because we need to define the big three. The big three is not just two superstars and then another really good guy. These are superstars. I'm talking about, when have you ever seen top 10 players, 3 of them be on the same team?
Yeah, just Walton.
Never. The Lakers, Celtics.
The Heat did the 1 year.
And what did you say, G? They built those teams. They drafted those guys. Magic didn't end up with Kareem. Magic didn't end up with Kareem because they.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
They went out and drafted them versus some got together and they recruited them.
It matters to me. I don't respect it. It matters to me.
It's artificial, man.
It matters to me.
Edwards.
It matters to me. Yeah, winning is definitely important. But there's a way to win too.
Oh my God! Yeah, like it's cheating.
I didn't say it was cheating.
Okay, then
didn't
if
say
it's
it was
not cheating, then it's just a part of the game, and some people do it better than others. But that's not the only way to build a championship team is to wait around and pray to God that you can get the people around you.
I would never be a proponent of waiting around for someone to build a team.
What?
But
That's what you're basically saying.
if I'm LeBron James and I'm King James, think about what we're talking about. We're not talking about the 20th best player. I'm King James. I'm in GOAT conversations. I'll just go join these guys. Jordan ain't going to. Come on, man. Jordan ain't going to join. Jordan ain't joining nobody, man.
No,
Bird ain't joining
nobody.
nobody.
They want to join him.
Right.
Exactly. But Magic and Bird, those guys didn't want to join Jordan, and that's what I'm talking about.
They want to play. They didn't want to play with each other because they wanted to
They
beat
didn't
each
want to play with each other. Nope.
Megastars want to be down. Megastars want to be down because that's the only way they can win.
Could you imagine if Jordan ended up wanting to go to the Knicks? How crazy that would have been.
Oh my God! Tell me about it.
I wouldn't have cared one way or another. At one point when he was when he was basically the only ticket early, that was earlier in his career when he was the only ticket, but he started putting up the numbers. I wouldn't have a problem with him bouncing.
That makes his greatness that much heightened. That he put in that work and they went from nothing and they took the L's to Detroit, and that makes it that much more special to me. When I think about great champions,
that makes the GM
as good as Golden State was, they don't even come to my mind when I think about the great dynasties. They don't even come to my mind.
Yeah, no, that was the GM was great at getting the people around him.
And really, Golden State really shouldn't even be put out there as the poster child for this because they kind of did build that team. And I think I texted you earlier. I didn't have a problem with Golden State. I had a problem with KD joining them.
You did say that.
Because everybody else got drafted. That was Mark Jackson's team drafted, some free agent signings here and there. KD made people dislike what Golden State did.
But KD, he didn't get rich off of it, though, did he? That's the only thing I don't remember. I mean, I remember him coming up there, but I don't remember KD getting a big windfall.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and I hear what you're saying, but sometimes you catch lightning in a bottle, and you're
right, G. At the end of the day, you're right, and I need to get out of 1987. I realize that, but it just bothers me, bro. Because to me, it's just like, and I know that y'all all have examples, and especially if we take basketball, wasn't my sport, but you could hoop. I was a good athlete. I could hoop a little bit. I didn't want to be on. If we're picking up teams, and I think I'm the best person out there, I want the second best person to be on the other team. I don't want them on my team because I want to go at it.
No, I mean I feel you. Don't get me wrong.
And I guess that's what this generation. That's what this generation, I think, misses for me. And again, they don't give a damn about me. They're living their lives and they don't give a damn what I think, nor should they. But I think that's just where, for me, it just So
you talking to somebody like when I wrestled and when I ran track, I didn't have to look at you almost like as an enemy or whatever to get hyped up to run or get hyped up to go out and wrestle. And I know there are some people that's how they get ready by getting into that frame. I never had to do it. And I think with the AAU world, a lot of them are friends.
Yeah.
And so while they're more than happy to face each other and they talk trash, if they really, really like each other, they want to play with one another.
And I think that even though professionally, I think those guys weren't friends. As a kid back then, I was friends with people that I played against, but I want to take their head off when we played. Yeah. I see you on the block afterwards, but for the next 60 minutes,
agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I know I need to back off, and I'm becoming the person that I probably had the argument with when I was 22 because their era was different.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the World Cup.
I'm gonna close my last comment with the whole GO thing, and I don't think you've heard me say this, big dude, but Guru, I know you've heard me say it. it's just hard for me to compare eras like that.
You can't. You can't. It's just like with top 5 hip hop. You cannot. You got to take it by eras. You got to take it by periods. You can't.
Yeah, the context keeps changing over the years.
Yep. So I mean, I'm not gonna say. I will say he's the GOAT for his era. That's just like I think Jordan's the GOAT for his era.
Mm-hmm.
I could go with that.
Yeah.
Let's get into this World Cup now. None of us are soccer experts by any means,
no.
But man, the World Cup's been exciting as hell, and it usually is. But I feel like this year I understand it a little bit more. Like I finally understand what offsides is. I had to damn look it up.
God, you really knew nothing about football, did you?
No, I knew everything else. I just didn't understand the offsides thing. I'm like, I'm not. They would call it so quick. I'm like, what am I missing here? But I figured it out. It wasn't that complex. It was the same problem I had with hockey, though. I'm like, why are they offsides?
Pretty much.
But
pretty much.
With playing lacrosse, I probably should have understood it a little bit better than I did.
Oh, that's right. You did play lacrosse.
Anyways, it's been a very exciting World Cup. I don't know. How much do you guys know about, because everybody's all amped about the U.S. having a chance. I mean, I think that we've evolved to just even be in the knockout round. I think that this has been great. Whatever happens now, I feel like at least we're a part of the national conversation again. But what I found intriguing is how, with it being in some of the American cities, the perspective that our international visitors have came in with about what the U.S. was versus what they're leaving with has been fascinating to me in terms of the food and walking around. Like I think they thought we was just like Wild Wild West and it was dirty and violent, and it's like every place is not like that.
Yep. A lot. I mean, I've seen mostly it's been the food. They're surprised at the portions that we have over here, the different types of food that we have over here. So I've seen a lot of those videos. People are surprised by how big the country actually is.
Yeah.
You don't really think about it as 4 time zones. I think 6 if you include Hawaii, but just the contiguous states, 4 time zones, man. That's huge. So crazy. I see videos about that. Yeah. And I saw only one video where they were talking about they didn't know if some of the cities about the violence and stuff like that, but it's just like it's cool and nothing like what they were getting at home.
Yep.
So it is interesting to watch that. But there are 2 other things I found interesting, but I won't hog airtime just in case you a big dude want to hop in.
What about you, big dude? You've been able to check out any of the games? Some good ones yesterday.
Yeah, just like I said, seen parts of it. I've been running back and forth, as you all know, so I haven't gotten anything fully in depth. But everybody keeps talking about this guy. Was he from France?
Mbappe.
Yeah. This is where now, and I think this is starting to change the conversation of, it's important as the World Cup was. I don't know where y'all came from. That didn't necessarily make the barbershop conversation, so to speak.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I just did not. And I think what I'm starting to see is after going there last week, those type of things emerge. And I don't know if they knew what they were talking about, but people think it's important enough to tell other people what's going on. I guess the difference is not just who the USA is going to beat and whether they have a chance, but just trying to find out just how unique the people are, the athletes and the sport.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely what's done it for me. I don't understand any prognostication on it. I think I did think the USA was going to beat Turkey. I think that was one of the things people were saying. USA should be able to take care of Turkey, but you just don't know. And all of a sudden, Germany goes down, and
anything can happen, man.
Yeah.
I think for me, I have a newfound respect for soccer and just watching the fandom, and I realize that it really is the world sport, man. We're so egocentric here. Nobody else playing football, American football.
I think Europe
Every
was
country
trying.
plays
but they-
soccer. Every country plays soccer, man.
Every.
And you can't even dispute what the world sport is. And we're looking at the fans and their frenzy, and we think we're fanatics, but we ain't. We're not even close. We're
No.
not even
Man, I
close.
don't know if you ever watched some of those Premier League games. I think that's what they call it.
A
Mhm.
little, yeah. Especially like on Saturday
They be
morning.
rocking the stadiums, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, man. It's serious business, man. And there's always been that discussion when they talk about, how can the US be better? And we've even talked about it
Pipeline
a couple
problem,
different
man.
times. Yep. Our best athletes just aren't going to play soccer. In other countries, their best athletes, they're LeBron's and they got those guys are all playing soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know
our
what,
guys
man? When
doing
I
other
was at
stuff.
undergrad, I was like, just playing soccer because I took soccer for one of my gen ed PE classes, and it was really, really fun. And I was just like, but man, growing up, we couldn't afford soccer.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't even think about it. I mean, definitely when I got in high school, we had a good soccer team and, some of my friends played and all that. But I mean, we didn't even go to the games to support them ever, man. And they were really good. And we just like, okay, good luck tonight.
Yeah.
And again, neighborhoods, right? I mean, who was kicking a soccer ball around in anywhere that we grew up? I didn't see anybody.
We knew about it. We just knew that to get into the organized game, because about that time is when you really start having soccer moms and all that mess. It was really going kind of private, but it wasn't a professional league to go to. So while at least in my neighborhood, we knew about soccer, but it was like most people, if they were going to play, they were playing baseball, football, or basketball, and the pipeline of soccer, looking back on it, I mean, it's just take a daggone ball and and boot it around. So it didn't have to become as expensive as it became, but it was, and you didn't really see this path, this path being paid. So a lot of us, at least in my neighborhood, didn't really touch it.
Yeah, because soccer probably always was kind of like clubby, I would imagine.
It was
back in our day. So yeah, we wouldn't have been. I mean, you could barely come up with the damn registration fee to play football, and then had to sell them damn
Warner, man. You remember that?
Yep. Selling. My mom used to take the tickets to work and sell all the raffle tickets and stuff. But yeah, man. So,
but here's other things that I noticed. One, the way leading up to the World Cup, African countries, when they found out that I think it's 10 made it, and there would be some negative comments about African players, and I think there's an expectation that they pretty much fold, early on. So I understand the belief from different African countries that they had a whole lot of talent and weren't organized. Well, we see now that that's not the case. They're moving. They're in around the 32 right now.
And you don't always have all your native players too, because some of these guys are playing, for other countries that might not necessarily even be their home country, or guys playing in like the Premier League and all that stuff, and then going and playing for their country. So I think some countries may be missing athletes to some extent, but yeah, soccer it's exciting, man. It's super exciting. I just don't know if I can. We have so much going on here, sports-wise, especially during football season. I just don't know where I'd make space for it in my life.
Not for me. But that was the second thing I noticed, is that how many of these non-African, Caribbean countries, like how many people of African descent that are on those teams. That just really surprised me as well.
Well, I don't know if you saw the Germany game or not, but you look at all the brothers that was on Germany.
Yeah, how's that possible? I mean, people just don't realize, folks. They go through the military. You got people migrating different places, and the migrations are not typical. It's just such a different context, and so many different open experiences.
Absolutely, absolutely. So believe it or not, fellas, we are a week out from our season premiere, season 2, when we start hopping back into our football talk. So next week, this time, we are going to be back in the full swing of our full episodes. So we'll start to gear up for that. So until then, continue to like, follow, subscribe. And until next time, see ya later.